Okay, so I've pushed our application to the production environment, and the application with the latest changes is available at this URL. I try to go to users and I cannot because I need to sign in. So I will try to sign in with a social account. Let's try Google. And you see I get this error. This redirect URI does not match the ones authorized. So we didn't add this URL, this one, to our API whitelist. Let's go to credentials. So I've got this app open, then I go to credentials, then here I go to edit. And here you see we have only our development environment URI available. So we are also going to add the one for production. I'm going to copy this link just without users sign in and add it here and here. But the redirect is going to be /users auth Google auth2 callback, like this. So we press save and it should work now. Let's try once again. I will log in. I go to sign in with Google. I select an account and it works. I will select another account. And it also works. Now let's try another social media account. Let's try Facebook. Facebook works. Now let's try Twitter. And we get an error. Okay, let's go to our Twitter developer settings. Here I have our projects and apps. I go to standalone apps. Here I have RubyGems Bootcamp. And let's see. Authentication settings, callback URLs. Again, we have only our development environment available. So let's edit this. And here, actually, we would need to add our production URL. Now, this is not very comfortable because here we can add only one callback URL. Oh, no, it's my mistake. We can add more. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to add the URL for our production environment here, and we will have /users auth Twitter callback. And we press save. Now let's try to log in with Twitter once again. We'll go back, we'll go to log in, we select Twitter, and it works. We managed to log in via Twitter in production. What is left? There is just GitHub left. So we try to sign in, and it actually signed us in into the development environment. So we tried to sign in production, but it signed us in into the development environment. Now that's really funny. Why is it so? Because in our GitHub settings, let's go to our GitHub settings. Here we have this authorization callback URL. So when we when from any web URL we try to sign in with GitHub, it will redirect us to this authorization callback URL. Now, for GitHub, we would like to create a separate application with our production homepage URL and authorization callback URL. So we'll go back to developer settings and add a new auth app. We will name it RubyGems Bootcamp Production. And we're going to add once again a home screen and the authorization callback URL. It is going to be /users/GitHub. Let's actually see how it is with the first app. I'll go back to settings, developer settings, auth apps, RubyGems Bootcamp. And here we have /users out GitHub callback. Okay. /users out GitHub callback. And I will press register application. So here we have our new application. Here's our client ID, and we'll need to have a client secret key. Okay. So you see, for GitHub, we're going to have two separate applications, two separate API applications, one for development and one for production, because we cannot add multiple redirect URIs. And to make it work, we'll go back to our application and go to our initializers, device RB, and where do we have our API keys? So we're going to add separate API keys for GitHub. So this is what we have for development, and we're going to have separate one for production. So it's going to be config omnialf GitHub. Next, where do we have it? Ruby Gems Bootcamp production. Here's our client ID. And we generate a new client secret. I will copy it and paste it here. Okay. And we should say that if the Rails environment is development, then we use the first key. And if production, we use the second key. So we will say something like if Rails env dot development, then we have this. Else if Rails env is production, then we'll have this other link and an end statement. Okay, let's try to see if it works in development. I will restart the server because we changed something in initializer, and to make it work, we should restart the server. I will go to preview. And I will try to log in with GitHub once again. Sign in with GitHub. It works. And now we will push our changes to production and see if we manage to log in with production successfully and not redirect to the development environment. So we will save the changes, git status, git add all, git commit master or git commit main, and we will say GitHub API for production. Git push and git push Heroku master. Now I'll pause the video, or actually git push Heroku main, not master. I will pause the video, and when we push to Heroku, we will continue. Okay, so we have pushed the application to Heroku. It took a couple of minutes. Now we can refresh and try to log in with GitHub. It's still refreshing. Okay, so sign in with GitHub. And I press authorize. And success, we managed to successfully authenticate with GitHub in production. So in this lesson, we have verified that social login works for all the social media providers in our production application. And that's it. Thank you.